Alright everyone, welcome to Jasper's History Facts. Well, today is September the 15th, and on this day in 1916, the first tank is used in combat by the British forces. So the tank, it's developed in the early 1900s. It is what most people probably think it is. It is a tank. It doesn't look quite like the ones we have today, that's for sure. It was more of just tracks with a tube sitting out the front of the track. So how we would normally have tanks today is we would have the main vehicle with the tracks, so like we could say the bottom of it, and then the top has a turret. Well, there was no turret like there is today. There was just a barrel that stuck out the middle, and it was just one big vehicle. It looked real ridiculous, I'm gonna be honest. It had the tracks, and then it usually had wheels behind it that helped push it too. Not that great for travel speed, not great for terrain, but very devastating. If you were a German soldier, you probably were a little terrified when these things first came out. It's basically like an armored elephant. That'd be about the best description somebody could probably give. Tanks don't have an actual name because tank was actually not the name for them. They're just armored fighting vehicles. But tanks don't really have a name. That is just the name that they were given. It was more of a hidden name during the war, so that the Germans, or not really anybody, would know what the British were working on. So they named them tanks after like water tanks. So people just thought, oh, this is stuff for tanks. Oh, okay, it's stuff for water tanks. There's a lot of deceptions like that in many wars. The British were really good at that. They did that a lot. Heck, the whole idea that carrots help with your eyesight, all British propaganda. They do kind of help, but just like a lot of other things. So not really anything overly particular, you could say. But tanks obviously have a big place in modern warfare. They have since their invention in World War I. There have been ideas of them long before this, armored carriages, things like that. But nothing quite like a tank. The armor, the firepower, nothing quite like. Actually, there's a famous drawing by Leonardo da Vinci that many people kind of consider looks like a tank, sort of. Never would have worked, but it was an interesting design, to say the least. Like a lot of his designs. But yeah, tank. It would have been probably pretty morale boosting for the troops that were behind it, for sure. It takes a lot of the machine gun fire, things like that. Makes trench hopping really quick. But I know.